go, another RV. So I'm not because my L780 is back beeping at me that it's done charging for the day. And that's okay because we gotta put the heater on for these. I usually have 2 in this cage with one of the fairly aggressive feeders. Usually like that one is the runt, I think, and then the one right there sandwiched and be really squished is the other runt. And they go in here with a semi-aggressive feeder usually. So that's where they spend their day. Other than those 2 runts, things are looking pretty good for the white Brahmas. So far I've lost 3. Hopefully no more. This is what the video was about. The Cayuga. You can see the back of its neck is no longer white. Yellow is in here, the one that was chasing the Cayuga when it first came in, and then went into the red bourbon, and one of the red bourbons didn't like it, and then yellow went into the Peking thing. But today I put yellow back in here because the situation was messing with their feet. These guys' feet looks fine, but there we go. Little technical issues. High tech. Yeah, their feet looks fine, but I put a little bit of stuff down there to give them some water to walk onto, keep their feet nice and moist. Over here, it gets pretty moist because of this splashing, so their feet gets moist. Soon I'm going to be doing the pool and have a situation for the home for most of the birds, at least for now. All the birds will have a home eventually. One of the birds in here, I think this is 16 or 20, had a problem with yellow when it came back. It didn't used to have a problem with yellow, or at least not like it was. It was really not very welcoming. I mean, whenever I saw that big Pekin, seemed not really welcoming to yellow. I was like, maybe that's just duck way, and I was right. They were getting along okay, respect and no pushing around too much, especially how big that duck is. Anyways, so I don't like to do this, but I'm going to just make it like 18 hours in here. I've been really petting the bird and killing it with kindness, telling it good things, and it's not panicking much. It's not bad in there. It's got ventilation. So I think it's going to be okay for the night. As long as it doesn't freak out for the night, I'm going to leave it in there. If it stays nice and mellow, I'll pull it out early in the morning and see if it can get along with yellow again. Red bourbon's noisy, it's crazy. They're still loving. They're not like the white broad-breasted. Those are the most loving birds. The blue slate, I think that's one right there making its way that way. They're nice. They're eating out of my hands. The blue slate as well as these, of course. These will eat out of my hands any day. Right? Yeah, pick up my finger. I want to eat my pinky all the time. These guys eat out of my hands, no problem. White broad-breasted. I don't need to say anything, do I? I've said how much I love them. They're awesome birds. These guys, I love these. It's just whenever they're making the crying high-pitched noise, oh my gosh. These noises here are not so bad. It's not so often, but I think it's more in the morning. Maybe it's them learning their meals and stuff like that. But it's also that my schedule is erratic. I've got to build their home. I really got to build their home. I have plans for two pools for them, and then the ponds that I'm going to be doing. So, but the 2 pools are much needed. But yeah, I'm really happy about all this. This is so cool. I can hear the 16 or whatever in there, 16 or 12 or whatever it is, 20. I don't know. It's eating, so that's good. It's not freaking out so bad. I'm like, just telling it like how it is, Just because yellow is bad doesn't mean you gotta be bad to yellow, One of the other ducks in here was, at first, was quacking at it like quite a bit and getting kind of like how the Peking was, but not biting its neck or head, but really in its face. But now it's like they're mellow, and they did okay whenever it was dinner time too. They're through with dinner time for now, at least. I guess dinner time is any time for them. But they're really getting close to the same. Look, that duck right there. There's 3 ducks there, 4, including the Cayuga. 3 khaki Campbells, and then the Cayuga. That khaki Campbell is probably the biggest one I have. Either that one or this one. I don't think it's 16 or 20. 16 or 20 is pretty close. I think that's yellow right there. I think really all the birds knew what was happening, and it's like, no, you don't bite somebody on the neck. Even though it wasn't as bad as what happened to the Cayuga or the Peking, what they did to the Peking, those khaki Campbells. But I'm gonna kill them all with kindness. Like, if they can't get along with my red bourbon and my brute or my blue slate, those guys and those guys, if they can't get along with them, I'll put them with my chickens, or I'll put them with my best bird, white broad-breasted, or I'll put them with all my white broad-breasted. I'm just reaffirming positive role models, I don't try and put them with the best one every time, because I'm still treating the best one. I'm still treating them all to have a best one out of all of them. The black Cayuga is getting comfortable with me. At this time, whenever I first got it, if I was doing this, it would most likely go over there. All the way over there. It would be like, phew, and then kind of pull the khaki Campbells with it too. Even though the khaki Campbells are damn used to me, They'll eat them out of my hand. They eat out of my hand every day. Everybody does, pretty much. Except them. And them. But that'll change. Even they're both getting back to normal. I don't know if I said. So I threw some stuff in here, another pond for them to wet their feet, so they don't get a thing like the yellow khaki Campbell. And then these khaki Campbells, they were just eating. They're eating like normal, I think, now. It took almost a week or two. At first they were barely eating it all. I was like, whoa, And it's like they're just being picky, and then now I think they're up for it. But I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm hoping whenever I get the big home built, I'll be able to put the ducks in one and the turkeys in the other part of where I'm going to be building for them. So then the ducks are with the ducks and the turkeys are with the turkeys, and everybody's happy. But I might need to leave some outside, especially if they're the bigger ones and they're being a problem. At least this size of the khaki Campbells. The turkeys can handle it too, but they're not a problem. The only problems are these, which are they're kind of too nervous. They're much more friendly than they used to be. They like me being around much more, but that doesn't say a whole lot. It took them like about 20 minutes before they finally went to that other tray with the water in there. Now it's like, oh my. But it took even longer with that roof on there. They were like, this roof is going to kill us. No, it's not. It's not going nowhere. And then the khaki Campbells, yeah. They need to learn friendliness. I think at first I'm trying to put them with the red bourbons, because the khaki Campbells in general are not in the greatest behavior yet. They're still too scared. And the light blue is still in here. The turkey, I mean the duck, the turkey, the duck turkey. Okay, it is still in here. It lets me pet it like a lot, a whole lot, almost as much as this one is letting me. I was surprised about that, but it's kind of cornered. But this one is not. Light blue doesn't feel cornered whenever I'm rubbing it and massaging its stomach or whatever, its neck. It likes it quite a bit. It's starting to almost like it is almost as much as my light Brahmas and be like, oh, you're so great, you know, and thank you so much, rather than running away like those. Or these won't even let me get close. Those would bite me or try to. Yeah, I think I'm going to try and put them in with the red bourbons. And then if they don't get along or whatever, most of them get along or whatever, maybe isolate. And then if that works, good. If not, then I put them in with at least one white broad-breasted. The white broad-breasted, they're smaller than the ducks, but they could really. Any of these turkeys are much more dense than these. The only two ducks that have any mass, really, like muscle, really mass, is those two Peking ducks. They're just so big, you know. Those are muscle, but anyways, I'm just going off. I'm so proud of the Cayuga situation. I'm so proud of most of my birds are doing so well. This one is not awful. It's just has to realize, be friendly, reinforce it with positive, be friendly, and that's what we're about. So if you want to do GoFundMe, I'm down in the description. There's a do GoFundMe thing. You can click the link and support this. You can make this happen easier, better, faster, and all kinds of stuff like that. You can do like or dislike. You can share the video, and this is where we're going.